So hey, quick question. How do businesses get funding without dragging the owner's personal credit through the mud? That sounds impossible, right? Well, actually, it's not. That's where corporate credit comes in exactly. So here's the deal. Unlike regular business credit cards, corporate credit looks at your business's ability to repay their debts. Personal credit does not matter here. And get this, if something were to go wrong with your business, this particular credit isn't tied to you personally. So for business owners, that is a huge deal. Finally, you can keep your personal and business finances totally separate. All right, so first things first, you're gonna need a DUNS number to make this kind of credit work. It's basically like a social security number within the system for your business. Dun & Bradstreet, one of the main business credit bureaus, assigns it to you. And with it, vendors can track your credit activity, which helps you build trust. So once you get that set up, then you're going to want to start working on building vendor trade lines. Think of it like this. This whole platform allows you to buy what your business needs now, but pay later. Each vendor is going to give you terms like net 30, 60, or even 90 days to pay the bill in full. But here is the secret sauce. When you pay those bills on time, vendors then report your payment history to the business credit bureaus. And then this builds your Paydex score, which is kind of like a credit score, but just for your business. And their scale ranges from 1 to 100. And the higher your score, the better your financial reputation becomes. So to start building this type of credit, you're going to want to work with tier 1 vendors. Now these are great for beginners because they give you a chance to prove you can pay on time, which is the whole point of this thing. So here are a few go-to options to get started. You start with Quill for all the office supplies that you can imagine. There's places like Red Spectrum, which is your one-stop shop for things like ebooks or web design, and even Granger if your business needs any kind of hardware or tools. Now most of these vendors give you net 30 terms to work with, so you'll be able to pay off your purchases within 30 days of you initially buying them. Think of it as the perfect training ground for building bigger and better business credit. Now, after you've established a solid payment track record with tier 1 vendors, you can then obviously move on to tier 2. Now, these vendors offer more options, higher credit limits, and longer repayment periods. You got Home Depot, which is especially handy for contractors, Staples, because who doesn't need more office supplies, Maverick Office Supplies for things like business training courses, and ExxonMobil, which is incredible if your business spends a lot on fuel. So now you're going to start seeing terms like net 60, which gives you 60-day window to pay all of your debts. And this makes managing cash flow a little easier as your business continues to grow. Once you've built good credit history, you're ready for tier 3 vendors. Now, these guys offer the largest credit limits and the most generous payment terms, like net 90, where you have literally 3 months to pay off a single balance, obviously no interest attached. Now, here are a few examples of vendors at this tier. You've got Gemplers for safety gear and outdoor equipment. You've got Platt Electric Supply for wholesale electrical products, big and small. And someone like Business T-Shirt Club to get custom apparel with your company's logo on it. And by this point in the game, you're going to have multiple accounts reporting your payments to the business credit bureaus. You've established solid credit, and now you get to access some serious power for your business needs. Now here's what's possible when you build strong enough corporate credit. Our CEO, Ari Page, used this exact strategy to pay for a full-blown office building, not with personal credit, but entirely on the business's Paydex score. This means that everything was tied to the business and not to him personally. Imagine what you could do if your personal credit wasn't on the line. Corporate credit gives you that freedom. You get better limits, you got no personal guarantees, and in the long run, more security. Now, on paper, this is not a complicated process. It's just about taking the right steps one at a time. And if you're ready to grow your business without putting your personal credit at risk, give corporate credit a shot. If you start today, I promise you the future you will be so happy that you did. Now, if you want more information on some other funding options, or maybe deep dive a little deeper into corporate credit, go ahead and click on our video here, which will actually break down how to build up to $250,000 in 0% interest business credit. Slightly different flavor than what we've been talking about here, but still vitally important to growing your business. For everybody here, I'm Zac Ricci. Thank you so much for joining us on today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.